Welcome to the Home Services Home Show, where you learn a lot that you need to know.
And a whole lot you don't.
A whole lot you don't.
A whole lot.
So, we were having great conversation before we started recording, and then,
Producer Shane goes,
Shane's
you
like,
should have been doing
probably
that
be
live.
recording. Yeah.
That's part of the deal.
But, yeah. So, we like to talk sports. We're not a sports podcast, but
Yeah, we put our 2 cents in.
yeah, we put our 2 cents in. And obviously, we're from Wisconsin. We're Packer fans. We've been truly blessed with good teams, but great quarterbacks.
Since you've been, you're a little bit younger than I am, but
Since like 91,
Yeah.
Since I was like 10,
Right.
all I remember, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers.
Sure.
Pretty good. And now
we had Don Majkowski, though. Does that
I
count?
do remember Don Majkowski.
The magic man.
He really wasn't very good. But anyway, he was the magic man. He magically got hurt and never came
Never
back.
won games, right?
Yeah, he magically got hurt, and then Brett Favre stepped in and
Done.
played again.
Right.
The odd thing is that this show's gotten so popular. Magic Man, I'm sorry if you see this. You were fun to watch.
Actually, there's a fun story when he was still playing quarterback. That's when the Packers players would play the high school coaches in basketball. This was the thing when I was in grade school. I was 6th, 7th grade, and so the Packers, it was Magic Man and a couple of a handful of Packer players came to play at London. They played the coaches from the London's basketball team, right? So it was kind of a cool thing. Packers came play. It was kind of a charity thing, packed the gym and stuff.
Probably pretty good basketball players too, I bet.
Yeah, they weren't bad. Well, they're athletes, right? You're not in the NFL if you're not an athlete. But I'll never forget Majkowski gives me the ball. I'm little guy, 6th, 7th grade, and 3 rows deep in the stands. He gives me the ball, and all the high school kids they're on the baseline and they're trying to shoot the ball, and no one's making it. I throw it up from the stands, freaking swoosh it. He comes back high fiving and stuff. It was pretty awesome, but
This was a dream.
yeah, no, it was a real deal, real deal. But
So
yeah,
you
3
got an
rows,
assist from the Magic Man.
3 rows deep. He was the assist. He was a setup guy.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, I know it's fun, but
Well, so now we're entering the Jordan Love era. Opinions, or is it too early?
It's his ship, right? And we'll see. You can see there's some jitters, but there's also some good throws he made. So I'm excited for football. Wasn't that long ago he got over?
And I don't even want to talk like quarterback controversy, but this guy that they brought in for backup, have you seen him play at all?
I watched him when he came in the second half.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, he looked calm and collected, and
Wasn't he like the MVP of the Canadian Football League
Yeah.
or something? There's another one.
Not the Canadian one. It's after the NFL season.
XFL?
Yeah, not XFL. Whatever the one is right after that.
Oh.
But anyway,
He's good.
yeah, it's good. He looked calm, cool, collected.
Yeah, he made some really good throws.
A couple interceptions.
Then we talked Rodgers.
couple interceptions that you could have probably not thrown, but
He threw interceptions.
yeah, a couple interceptions.
I don't watch. I don't watch preseason. I watched it a little bit because that guy was playing. I was like, oh, check him. He's pretty good.
Yeah. Right before he got crushed with hail and storms and wind Friday night.
Who did?
We did. I ran home quick to take care of the dog before the house got hit with rain and wind, and But-
didn't happen.
not really.
Damn.
Weird.
Not that we would wish that upon anyone. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. They are loading that.
Spending some money. Wow.
They're loading that team up. Dalvin Cook, $9 million 1-year contract. Seems like they're kind of putting all their eggs.
I think they're playing the short game.
I think they're playing. They're playing the short game. That's a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're betting. They're betting on this year.
Yeah. It'd be fun to watch. I don't know. Here's the deal: that the days of a quarterback, especially a legendary quarterback, staying somewhere all their career with the structure the pay is nowadays, it's just not going to happen, right? Because it can't. You look at Joe Montana, look at Steve Young, you look at Brady, Favre, Rodgers. Those things are going to start to happen, and I don't know. I wish him the best of luck. If he stays healthy, it'd be fun to watch. But he's not a spring chicken anymore, so who knows?
I hope they win. Do they play the Packers?
I don't know if they do or not.
Well, if they do, I hope they win all their games besides
Except
that one.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
How cool would it be to see a Packers Jets Super Bowl? some people would really have to suck an NFC to.
Won't happen. But,
The people have to suck an NFC to get us to the Super Bowl, but it'd be fun to watch. I don't know.
yeah.
It's football season. It's the fall was in the air the other morning. Walked outside, 54 degrees. You knew it. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. I turned the air conditioning off and opened the windows.
Right. Yeah.
Great.
It's that time of year, which is fun. But anyway,
Horror stories.
or funny stories. I think you got a good one to start with. I think this is a fun one.
Right. So
It's a new sales technique we're using.
yeah.
It's called through the ceiling. I'll let you explain it.
Well, so hey, when you do a roof, I mean, half the roof is the underside of the roof, right? So
There's more square footage in the attic. There's on the roof deck.
correct. So we always want to check the attic, and we had a relatively new rep, and
He was really, really, really good at selling gutters.
very, very, very good.
People loved him.
Very, very good at selling gutters, and he really wanted to sell roofing, and so we got him trained. And I get a call.
We were out east, weren't we? We were together.
We were out east at a convention, and I get a call, and he's like, "Hey, I got great news, boss." What's that? He goes, "I sold my first roof." I'm like, that's fantastic. He's like, I got bad news. I said, well, what was that? He goes, well, when I was inspecting the attic, I fell through the ceiling. I was like, for real? And Shane's going to put the photos up because he actually sent me photos because he fell
Clean through.
clean through all the way down to the floor. And the lady still bought. Probably because she figured if I don't buy, I mean, she got to get the ceiling fixed. But it actually worked out for her because she got her ceiling fixed and she got some free insulation because half of it fell on her living room floor. Not how we want that to go.
But think about the experience you got to see from your production staff, your production manager and all the people you could round up that night, going up there, cleaning up her living room that night. Like,
Didn't you go there that night?
yeah, that they were there that night. I remember.
That night, yeah. So that's good service.
Yeah, I mean, it's
not like we want to do that.
Well, that's called the through the ceiling close, right? Like, if I fall through the ceiling, hope I close it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. No,
but I mean, honestly, and we were told when we started doing Dr. Energy Saver and home performance work, it's not if you fall through the ceiling.
It's when.
It's when.
Correct.
It happens. Right.
But we're going from places that most people don't want to, and we find things that most people never find because we do that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're crawling on your hands and knees with a respirator on, with a headlamp, sorting through the mice and the bats and the raccoons and all the nasty stuff that lives
crawling
up there.
on a 2x4
on edge, right?
Or 2x6, whatever, which is what now really inch and a
half, right?
It can happen.
Yeah, you slip off, and next thing you hear, through the ceiling close.
Hey,
hey, look at me!
It's all good up there.
I wanted to bring you an insulation sample with me.
Yeah.
But no, that was a funny one. I do remember that one. We look back, and I remember Emily Lindis when we started our venture back in 2008, 2009. We both did. She was, you should start a book because you're not going to believe the stuff that you run into running a home improvement company. I'm like, it can't be that. I mean, it won't be that big of a deal. I wish I started a book. She was so right.
Yeah, we should have a book.
We should have the funny stories.
Just talk about it in the podcast, though, too.
Right. Yeah. But the thing is, you almost forget even some of the crazy stuff you ran into, and
some of it you want to.
Right.
Selective memory.
Correct. Yeah.
There's a whole lot of stuff that I don't want to remember.
Right. Well, we get to help people every single day, and every once in a while you run into the weird one. I had a weird one a couple years ago. We did a roof and picked out a color, and it was very clear she picked out this color. And the roof got done, and I had a feeling that was kind of like when things were economically changing a little bit. I think there was maybe a being able to afford the roof was kind of an issue. And so I think it was maybe try to like, hey, can I get a little better deal if I don't like the color type thing? And I said, at the end of the day, I want you to be happy. I want you to be exactly what you deserve. I want it to be beautiful. You have a beautiful house. I want this roof to be right.
So the roof got done and she didn't like the color.
She didn't like the color. And so she wanted a different color. So guess what I did?
Tore it off,
put the color she wanted on there. I said, I want you to be happy.
Did she like it?
Probably not as much as the first one, but that was part of the deal, right? But it goes back to the point of, we want them to be happy, and I think it was ulterior motives on that one, but we kind of look back and chuckle at that one and go, well, that was
we'll tear it off and redo it.
Correct. And she's like, oh no, like now she's stuck, right? Does she keep the color that she really likes?
Yep.
And tell me I was right, or?
But that goes back to a story of Kevin Lindis when we were at Lindis Construction. Do you remember the story about the steel roof?
Mm-mm.
Steel roof got done, and when they were doing it, they put a couple scratches in it, pretty obvious scratches. So the homeowner had Kevin come over and look at it. And he said, the little scratches up there. And yep, there were scratches. He's like, well, how about you just give me some money off the job? Kevin said, nope, I'm going to redo it. Because at the end of the day, if I give you money off the job,
You're still going to see the
someone
scratches.
asks you about the job, you're going to go, yeah, they did a pretty good job, but they scratched it. But they gave me some money off. But if I replace it, you're going to say they scratched it, but they replaced the roof.
Right. Yeah.
Most people will be like, easy button.
Yeah. That was never his mindset, and it's never what he taught us either before we left and came over here.
I'm racking my brain with funny stories, and
so some of the funny weird stories I've been in that might not be appropriate for podcasts.
Like some of that.
There was one really weird one that it was very strange. Like their marriage status was way different than mine, and it was really weird. But
we did.
The problem is I sold it, and then the installers had to go deal with it for I was there for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Then the installers had to deal with the weirdness for the whole day.
Yeah.
South River Falls.
We did have a lady that came to the door with the sales guy and the roofing supervisor and the roofing crew, and every time they came, she just magically forgot to tie her robe, and she didn't have anything on underneath it. But it was an accident.
Yeah, accident. When you think about it, when you're in thousands of homes a year, you do it for a decade plus, you're going to have chances to find weird stuff.
Well, accidents happen.
Right. We just had one that we and JP, my production manager, has really been involved, and I've been catching parts and pieces of this. It was an old mob house in up by the Ripon area, and they're doing DES, and they actually when they went to remodel it, they actually hid the guns in the wall, so they found hundreds of guns in the walls, right? So my DS guy, my insulation guy's like, I'm really excited to go work in the attic. So if they put stuff in the walls, what did they have in the ceiling and in the ceiling up in the attic? And we're just starting that job.
Worth?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, hundreds of guns. They had 120 guns they found in the walls hidden. And think about if that and then that chicken coop and all this. Imagine all the weird stuff that's in that property. If you bought something like that and you could find weird stuff as you go, that'd be really fun.
Amazing.
But I'll never do that. It's haunted.
Because it's haunted. Oh God.
Yeah. So yeah, but you run into cool stuff. Even after all these years of doing it and fixing people's houses, we run into some really cool stuff.
Right. But at the end of the day, we fall through someone's ceiling, someone picks the wrong color.
Correct.
We fix it.
Right. It's the experience, right? We just not to keep going on this, but we had one that the homeowner had a different trade there, and it went really, really poorly. And all their expectation was that it was going to go poorly out for us too. And then they're like, well, I didn't realize that it can be like this. I'm like, well, this is the way it should be. Home improvement should not be stressful. Home improvement should be fun. It should be exciting. You should be excited about it. You should be telling people about it. You should be looking forward to it, not going, oh, right? So, if you take care of people, give them a good experience, let them enjoy it. You're spending your hard-earned money that you worked hard for to put back in your house, to make your house better. Have fun doing it. And if it doesn't feel fun, it probably doesn't feel right. It's probably not going to be right.
Probably wasn't done by us.
Probably wasn't done by us either.
Probably what really happened.
Correct.
So
take care of people, let them have fun, do a great job for them, make the experience amazing, and enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride. And if you're in the Wisconsin area, you're looking to get roofing, gutter shutter,
Or insulation.
or some home performance work with Dr. Energy Saver, look us up at KeeneyHomeservices.com or LarsonHomeservices.com. We've got videos on there. We've got before and after pictures. We've got all kinds of good information. We'd love to help you out. So that's it for today. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.